Hello and welcome to a new video. Today I am bringing you possibly my biggest haul yet, and I'm blaming it purely on Christmas, but at the same time, actually no, at least half of these are because of Christmas presents, so I'm going to leave those ones till last, but I'm going to start with audio and ebooks as always. So I only got one audiobook, and it is actually a book I already own physically, and that's Tinsel by Sibel Pounder. I really wanted to try and actually get some reading done, so I saw this on the £3 sale and I was like, yep, gonna get that. So I got this on audio. Then the two ebooks I got were on the, I think they were on the 99p deal or something like that. They were so cheap. And that is Fix Her Up by Tessa Bailey and Light of the Jedi by Charles Soule. This one I have been wanting to get for ages. It's almost impossible to get the hardback now because the second and possibly third are already out, and I missed out on it, but I've been so interested in this that I thought when I saw it for like 99p, I was like, I'm getting that. Okay, so now we're going to move on to book boxes. So the first three are not the monthly subscription. These are just additional special editions that I went out my way to purchase. So first up we have Vespertine by Margaret Rogerson. This is the Fairy Loot edition. It's this stunning naked hardback, and then it's got gold glittery edges. You can't really see the glitter, but it's more of a shimmer, and it is signed. I'm very excited. You're going to see this book again later, but with a different cover. Spoiler alert. And then also from Fairy Loot, my edition of Kingdom of the Curse by Kerry Maniscalco finally came. Look at those edges. They're going to look beautiful next to Kingdom of the Wicked. I'm so hyped for this. I did have to contact them, however, because there is no book plate. It was missing, which is a bummer, but they've already emailed me back and said that they're sending out a replacement bookmark, not bookmark, book plate. So I'll be able to stick it in once it arrives. So there's that. I've been waiting for what feels like forever for this one. And then the third one, I just want to say I don't usually buy from Owlcrate, but it was the Black Friday sale and me and Liv really wanted this edition, and it is the Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. I am not a massive fan of the UK cover. I like the Fairy Loot edition of the UK cover, but it's still not my favourite cover, and I really like the US edition, and the normal US edition is, I believe it's black with rose gold, and I really like this white with rose gold, so, and that spine is stunning. So yeah, we got it on the Black Friday sale and we went halves on shipping. Next is the November Lit Joy, which is Dreams Lie Beneath by Rebecca Ross. This cover is stunning. I actually am looking forward to this one. This does actually sound like my sort of thing, so we'll see. Then we have the December Fairy Loot. So we have Year of the Reaper by Micaiah Lucia. I quite like this cover. I do prefer the UK cover to the US cover. The US cover has a person on the front, and I do prefer the UK cover. The Fairy Loot edition is just a different colourway, but it's not too different. But I'm still unsure on if I like the sound of this. I did at first, but then I'm like, am I sure I like the sound of this? So I'm still not sure on this. However, the second book was The Coldest Touch by Isabel Sterling. Now, whilst I'm very excited for this book, it's one of my most anticipated of 2021, I hate the UK cover. This is literally just a different colourway to the standard UK cover, but I hate this cover. So you're going to see another one later. And then the final book box one, I wasn't going to show because I am actually unhauling it. I hate this and the book doesn't actually interest me. But it's December's Illumicrate, and it's A Marvellous Light by Freya Marske. Yeah, I hate this plastic dust jacket. It is vile. It's a choice that shouldn't have been made. If you like it, I'm sorry, but I hate it. And to be honest, I'm not interested in the book. It sounds like historical fiction, and I'm not a fan of historical fiction, so I'm just going to unhaul it and be done with it. So I don't even know why I'm showing you it, because it's being unhauled straight away. Okay, I only had 2 pre-orders in December. The first, you would have seen the paperback version of this go in my unhaul, and that's Carry On by Rainbow Rowell with the floral edges. I finally have a full matching set of this trilogy, and I couldn't be happier. And then the other is a sequel, and it is Here's to Us by Becky Albertalli and Adam Silvera. This is a sequel to What If It's Us? Does this? Yeah, this does also have a yellow cover, so that's going to look nice. So yeah, I am excited to read this. Okay, so now I'm going to go for the ones that I just bought for myself. The first 5 I'm going to very briefly talk about, because these are the 5 that I got in my book haul challenge, the Spell Your Name, which was created by Ashley over at Ashley's Media Addiction. So I talked about these more on there, but there's Broken Throne by Victoria Aveyard, Elysium Fire by Alastair Reynolds, Chaos Rising by Timothy Zahn, Clariel by Garth Nix, and Ash by Melinda Lowe. So there's those 5. Then I took full advantage of the sale Waterstones did, where they did in-store half price of all hardbacks. There was actually more hardbacks I wanted, but they had sold out by the time I managed to get there, because I don't leave the house on Boxing Day, and I was busy on the 27th, but me and my friend had plans to go shopping on the 28th, so everything had basically gone by then. But I did manage to get the Forevers by Chris Whitaker, which is a stunning hardback, and it sounds like my sort of thing. It sounds a bit like it could be like Deep Impact, the film, which is one of my all-time favourite films. It's one of the best disaster films ever. So yeah, we'll see. And then the other hardback I got was Jimmy Carr, Before and Laughter, which there's not many autobiographies or memoirs that I'm interested in, but I love Jimmy Carr. He's one of my favourite comedians, so I'm very interested in reading about his life. And then these aren't hardbacks, but I did get them on the same trip. They were 2 paperbacks on the buy one get one half price. So we have The Ice Whisperers by Helenka Stacherer, which is this gorgeous cover. And then A Boy Called Christmas by Matt Haig. I'm really lucky to have managed to get hold of this cover, because they have now changed the cover to the movie edition, and I hate movie edition covers. Like, no, just give me the actual book cover. And then, so, like I said, you would have seen this earlier. This is The Coldest Touch by Isabel Sterling. This is the cover I want. This is the US cover, and I am obsessed with the US cover, so I bought it. And I am unhauling the Fairy Loot one. Then I have been looking for this hardback for a while, and it's like near impossible to get for a reasonable price, but I saw it on Depop, and it was actually Abby from Abby's Booktopia who was selling this, and it's Circe by Madeline Miller. It is the gorgeous hardback with the naked cover, and I'm so hyped that I managed to get this. And because Abby is an absolute darling, she threw in a second book called Far From the Light of Heaven by Tade Thompson. Now this sounds really good, and she put like a little note in there, and I was just like, it was so lovely. I really appreciated it. I don't know if Abby watches my videos, but if you do, thank you so much again, Abby. And then this is not the only edition of this book you're going to see on this haul, but I managed to get the Barnes & Noble edition of The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. The Barnes & Noble don't ship to the UK, and someone was selling this over Black Friday weekend on Facebook sale group, and it was like a reasonable, it was basically retail price, and they were UK based, so I didn't have to pay a ridiculous amount of shipping. So I now have the Barnes & Noble edition to go with my others, and I'm so happy. But yeah, this ain't the only edition of this book on this haul. And then the final ones I actually bought for myself are volumes 3 and 4 of Cardcaptor Sakura, like the collector's editions. So I have basically made myself a little deal that I'll buy one a month, because these are not cheap. So I'll buy myself one a month. The November one didn't actually arrive in November, so it goes on December haul, and then I bought this in my December haul. So I have 4 of the volumes now. I think there are 9 at the moment. I could be wrong. I think volume 10 is coming out this year. We'll see. So next up, we're just going for all the gifted things. Now, everything else on this list was Christmas presents, apart from the first thing I'm going to show you, and this I won a giveaway. I want to give away with Hotkey. So they did a 12 days of Bookmas type thing where they did loads of different giveaways, and I won the one that I entered, which was for an arc of Tercio and Eleanor by Garth Nix. I'm so hyped for this. I have got to read 3 other books before I can read this, but the fact that this is not coming out in paperback for a good while yet, because it's only just come out in hardback, means I don't have to wait to read it now, which I'm very excited about. But look, I have the arc, and they only made 50 of these. 50, and I'll tell you what number I got. I got number 26 of 50. So yeah, okay. The rest are presents. So I'm gonna go with the ones Liv got me first. So she got me the first 3 books in the Vampire Academy series. So that's Vampire Academy, Frostbite, and Shadow Kiss by Rochelle Mead. And then she managed to get a hold of volume 2, is it volume 2, book 2 of the Secret Circle trilogy. So I mentioned this in one of my other videos, but they did this weird thing with this trilogy where they split it. There's 3 books, but they split it into 2. So book 1 has the first book in the series and the first half of book 2, and then this one has the second half of book 2 and then the 3rd book. But these covers are really hard to get hold of now, and I bought the first one back in 2017 before they were out of print. So the fact that Liv managed to get this for me was amazing. Okay. Then I got the French edition of Addie LaRue by V. Schwab. I never knew this. So this is from Kyra, who, this wasn't actually even a Christmas present, to be honest. This was a, sorry that you can't go to Disneyland, but I hope you like this edition. It looks beautiful. She is a gem. But yeah, so this is a paperback that has a dust jacket. How cool is that? It's gorgeous. I'm obsessed with it. It's beautiful. And then Lisa, being the darling she is, got me Rage of Dragons by Evan Winter. She got this for me purely because we are going to buddy read this in 2022. So, Rage of Dragons. And then the lovely Rosie got me the Bone Ships by R.J. Baker. This is one I am super interested in. So I had put this on my wish list, but this is actually one of the ones I was going to go and buy myself after Christmas if it hadn't have come off my wish list. But Rosie beat me to it, so thank you, Rosie. Next up, we have The Mystery of Black Hollow Lane by Julia Noble. This was from Liam, so thank you so much, Liam. I am definitely saving this for spooky season because this is creepy and it's middle grade. But I'm excited to read it when spooky season comes around. Next, from Suzanne over at Book Marvel, is Desperate Measures by Katie Robert. You don't understand how excited I am to read this. And I think I am actually buddy reading this in January. I forgot to put it on my official January TBR. I forgot. But I am buddy reading this with Katie at Kit Kat Reads and my friend Charlie. We're going to be buddy reading this in January, I believe. So I'm excited for this. Yeah, I have nothing else to say. Then from Ashley at Ashley's Media Addiction and Ty, her dog, her really cute dog, I got Unleashed by Amy McCulloch. I absolutely loved Jinxed when I read it a few years back and have been meaning to get this for a while and just haven't got around to buying it for myself off my wish list, but now I don't have to. And then from Rachel at Rattle the Stars, I got Saw Kill Girls by Claire Legrand. It's no secret I love Claire Legrand. I can't even say her name now. But I am so hyped to read this. It sounds very different from the other series I've read by her, but it sounds amazing. And then I did actually take part in 2 different Secret Santas on Patreons. So I took part in Spooks' Patreon and I got gifted One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston from Lottie, and I'm so excited to read this. Liv loves this and it was because of her that I read Red, White and Royal Blue and I loved that. So I have high hopes for this one. And then I also took part in Rose Patreon Secret Santa and I was a bit sort of like speechless when I got this. So I was gifted these from Whitney in Rose Patreon, and it is the full Caraval hardback set by Stephanie Garber. Now I got rid of my paperbacks beginning of 2021 because I wasn't sure if I would ever reread them. However, since reading Once Upon a Broken Heart, it's made me want to reread these with that different outlook. So I put them on my wish list, and I actually thought I'd put them on my private wish list, or the wish list that goes to my family. But I'd obviously done them on the wrong one, and Whitney absolutely spoiled me and got me these. I don't know if Whitney does watch my videos, but honestly, Whitney, I was speechless when I opened these. Thank you so much. Then, because Jamie is an absolute darling, he got me Willow Volume 1, which I'm so excited for, because if you know me, Willow was my first girl crush. She was the start of my bi awakening, and nothing's really changed. So I'm very excited. I have been reading the reboot comics. I actually just read Buffy Volume 3, so I think I've got 2 more that I need to read before I get to Willow, and I am buzzing for it. Then in my little, we call ourselves Book Witches, there's like 6 of us, and we decided to do our own little Secret Santa with just the 6 of us. And it was Barb's from Barb's Bookland that got me, and she got me, among a few other bits, but this is just a book haul, but among a few other bits, she got me Delivery to the Lost City by P.G. Bell, which is the 3rd book in the Train to Impossible Places series, which I love. And she got me the word cloud edition of A Christmas Carol and Other Holiday Treasures by Charles Dickens, which I have honestly always wanted to read. And I'm so excited to read this next year. Oh no, this year. It's this year now. I keep thinking next year. No, it's this year now. Then from my sister, I got Meg, Jo, Beth and Amy, the graphic novel by Ray Terciero and Brie Indigo. I love Little Women. It was one of my favourite books growing up. I have many editions of it, and this graphic novel just seems so adorable, and it's like a modern version, so I'm hyped for this. And then one of my nephews got me a book off my wish list, which was Ghost Cloud by Michael Mann. I love this edition because when you take the dust jacket off, look at it. It's absolutely stunning, and I am obsessed with it. And then my friend Charlie very clearly listens to me, because we had been talking about this when we was in Waterstones a few weeks before Christmas. She got me The Nightmare Before Christmas, the animated classics book. So it's literally like the story, and it has illustrations, and I am honestly so excited to read this at Halloween. And then the final lot of books were gifted to me by my mum and dad. My presents this year from them were mostly books, which I am not complaining about. So first up, we have a Mug Cakes chocolate recipe book, which I am so hyped. I love little mug cakes. They're just so... Trust me to go to the white chocolate one, the one that I am 100% not doing. Triple chocolate, praline chocolate, Oreo. Yeah, I'm just hyped for these. Then Inside Dunder Mifflin by Amy Lewis. I love The Office. It is probably it's definitely in my top 3 TV shows ever. It's basically up there with Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Like, it's up there. That's how much I love it. And this is just like a little fan's guide to it, and it's just, I had a flick through and it's just funny. So I'm excited to have a proper read through of this, because I love The Office and I'm really tempted to start rewatching it from the beginning again. Then they got me The Unstoppable Wasp Built on Hope by Sam Maggs. I love these books because they're just so easy to read and they're super floppy. And obviously I'm a massive Marvel fan, so literally anything, I'll read it. Same goes for Shuri by Nick Stone. I love Shuri. I think she's an awesome character in just like the comics and the films. So I'm excited to read this novel version, which this is more of an actual novel than this one is. And then we had a third Marvel one, which is Gamora and Nebula by Mackenzie Lee. Now, when I originally put this on my wish list, I didn't actually realise it was Mackenzie Lee. I don't like that author. That author has done some questionable things and didn't really want to give money to her. So I didn't actually originally realise that it was Mackenzie Lee. But do you know what? I'm just going to read it. I'm not like, I'm just prefacing it now that I don't want to support the author, but I do have this, and I also have another book that I had already purchased before she showed her true colours, which I'm still going to read. But I love Gamora and Nebula, so I'm really happy with this one. Then we have Evil Thing by Serena Valentino. This is part of the Villains series, which I have only read the first like 3 of, but I do want to finish reading them. And I think I am now up to date on collecting all of them. I think this is the only one I didn't have because this is a fairly new one, but I do believe there is another one coming out this year at some point. And then there's also Unbirthday by Liz Braswell, which is part of the Twisted Tales series. I think I still need one more of the Twisted Tales to have the current complete set, but I know there is a Princess and the Frog one coming out this year and another one, I believe. So I'll be keeping my eyes out for them, but for now I think this is the only one I needed. I am planning on like maybe doing a week's vlog where I read all of these ones, because I haven't read any of the Twisted Tales yet, and they're quite short, quite big writing, so we'll see. Then we have Lightfall, The Girl and the Goldurian by Tim Probert. This is a graphic novel, and honestly, I see so many people talking about how cute the art style is, and I'm so here for it. So I put it on my wish list, and my mum and dad got it for me. Well, my mum got it for me and wrote it from her and my dad. My dad never knows what my presents are until I open them. So he finds out when I find out. And then the last 2 were 2 that I actually knew about because I had actually ordered them, and my mum just gave me the money for them and then put them away for Christmas for me. And that is the US cover of Lake's Edge by Lyndall Clipstone. When I got that Outcrate box a while back, the one I accidentally bought in my sleep, I was really hyped because I was like, oh, the US cover, and then they changed the cover completely. But this is the cover I wanted because it is an absolutely gorgeous cover and it's very reflective, and I'm obsessed with this cover. And then, because I don't like the UK cover with that white and blue, I've got Vespertine by Margaret Rogerson. Told you you'd see this one again. I love this cover. I don't get why the UK publishers made that choice to do white with blue. It makes no sense. But I love the US cover, so I wanted this one instead. And that's everything. That was exhausting. I'm pretty sure I've filmed for over half an hour, so I'm going to try and get this down to at least 20-25 minutes because no one needs a whole video that lasts over half an hour. But there is a lot here. I was spoiled, and I love every single person that got me something for Christmas. Like, thank you so much. Thank you. And also me for treating myself in December quite a bit. I'm going to be completely honest. January will be a lot smaller because it's basically going to be my book boxes and my pre-orders. I highly doubt I'll be getting anything else in January, so but we'll see. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you stuck to the end. Did you get any books for Christmas? If you did, let me know in the comments below because I would love to know what you got. If you think I should prioritize any of these books, let me know. Obviously Christmassy and Halloweeny won't be prioritized because they're for spooky and Christmas seasons. But if you think I should prioritize anything else, let me know. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you next time. Bye.